Good morning, and welcome to this Sunday service of the Eno River Unitarian Universalist Fellowship located in Durham, North Carolina, on the ancestral lands of the Eno, Shakori, Saponi, Sissipaha, and Lumbee people who still have that right today. I am Reverend Deborah Kerr, and whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever your race, your gender, whomever you love, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, welcome. We are under construction here in the sanctuary, so there is no one in here except me and the tech folks. Jenny, can you show everyone at home what it looks like? Just a minute here, we're backing out. Beep, 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 backing up. Where's my construction hat? It's just lovely with all the plywood and ram board on the floor, everything's covered, we have lifts, we have ladders, we have lumber. We got it going on here, folks. It looks like your garage. It looks like a basement, pre-renovation. We are definitely flunking aesthetics here today. But there are a few hardy souls gathered over in the fellowship hall. So if you're in the fellowship hall, please note that we ask that people on campus are masked at all times with noses covered, including while singing. Our safety policies for our campus require that everyone remains socially distant at all times, at least 6 feet apart all around, and that includes out on the plaza before and after the service. That's a hard one. We're so used to greeting each other up close, but it's safest if we keep our distance, even with masks, even outside. Now would be a really good time to turn off or down any devices you might have on your person. Please don't try and watch the service on your phone or any other device, or we'll risk interfering with our server, which will cause problems with the live stream. We're working on all of it. Thanks for bearing with us. It's so good that you're able to be here this morning. And if you're new to this community, and especially if you're visiting with us today, I invite you to rise in body and spirit if you are in the fellowship hall. Or if you're online, please introduce yourself in the chat box. Just type in your name and where you are and say hello. Because wherever you are in time or space, we would like to give you a warm ERUUF welcome. For those of you online, you'll also find a link in the chat that will help you learn more about us. If you're here in person, you can find that online if you haven't already. We invite you to the Inquirers class for visitors and newcomers. It's on Sunday at 9:30. If you're interested in attending, and we hope that you are, because it's a great chance to meet the ministers, the staff, leaders, just please contact membership at ERUUF.org so we can let you know about the location of next week's class, either whether it's going to be online or on campus. We'll let you know. Just a reminder to us all that there is no longer a virtual coffee hour after the service, but that in September we are going to start an online time for those who are interested to reflect and respond to the sermon together with others. The people who created this morning's service and who will lead it are members of the musical group Jewel Song, Faranisa Lila Rosa, Sophiana, Sue Ann Solemn, Marilyn Grubbs, and Betsy Bickle. Sorry, Betsy. They're joined later in the service by Linda Hamburger of ERUUF's Earth Justice team. Linda will share information about Earth Justice upcoming programs. And the words to all the hymns and all the music will appear on the screen, so you can sing along. Kate Lewis also provides additional music. Today's tech team is Jenny Jolly, Sean Trimble, and Jim Van Verth. And a big thank you to all of the visitor hosts and greeters who are in the fellowship hall to welcome folks who are eager to attend services in person with others. So at this time, let's just take a breath. And let's center ourselves into the goodness of this moment. the goodness of this time and this place. And we'll continue our service with the prelude. Our opening words this morning are Rise by Gretchen Haley. Because the tides are rising, so must we. Rise to this moment, to this day, to this life, this place in the web that is yours, that is ours. Rise, because the earth remains our only home, and we, fellow travelers, its best hope for healing, wholeness, salvation. Rise before the mystery, before the Big Bang that started it all, that is infinite, that this infinite universe still takes notice of us, still feels the in and out of our breath, still holds us, connects us. Rise, or surrender with gratitude for this beauty, this chance to be part of it all, to give back, to weave life, past, present, future, everywhere, always, as one. Come, let us worship together. We light our chalice this morning for the infinite love and possibility within the wind, the sun, the soil and water that sustain us, that exist within our sacred role as lovers and defenders of the earth. Our first hymn this morning is Swimming to the Other Side. The words will appear on your screen so you can sing along.
We are living 'neath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone and I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility, I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living 'neath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, binding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who have come before me band together to be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living neath the great Big Dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
In our laboring to birth a new world, let's face it, labor is work. For the world we want, there's much work to do. And one of the things we must work on is forgiveness. Forgiving others, ourselves, and even life itself for not living up to our expectations. The Maya have a word for forgiveness, which is the name for this day in the sacred calendar, Ahmak. Ah refers to that which is holy, the sacredness of all things. And Mak is like a curtain of smoke that separates us from that. The veil of illusion that we're separate from God and each other causes great suffering. But the Maya recognize that in being human, we often forget our divine nature and do things that wind up missing the mark, consciously or unconsciously, hurting ourselves or others. God, who is called Aha in Mayan, always forgives us. It is up to us to do the work of giving and receiving forgiveness. When we see ourselves as separate, it puts us into camps of us and them and keeps us from creating as a whole community the world we want. There's a Sufi name for God that is forgiveness. It is Ghafur. It's the light of intelligence that helps us to see the wider picture of a situation and helps crack open a heart hardened by past hurts or toughened against future ones. Let us endeavor to forgive ourselves and others when we cannot see beyond the veil of illusion that we're separate. Let us open our hearts to the divine light, which helps us to see beyond this veil of illusion. From that place, we are whole and holy, and can work together to form a new world.
Forgive me when I cannot see beyond the veil of illusion. Forgive me when I cannot see beyond the veil of illusion. I open my heart to the divine light, which helps me to see beyond the veil of illusion. I open my heart to the divine light, which helps me to see beyond the veil beyond the veil of illusion. I open my heart to the divine light, which helps me to see beyond the veil of illusion. Ya Rafoor, Ya Rafoor, Ya Rafoor, Ya Rafoor, Ya Rafoor, Ya Rafoor. As I wander on this shoreline, over coral rocks and silky sand, I envision ancient humans, one with nature, part of sea and land. As I step carefully past shards of broken glass and rusted soda cans, I am aching at the taking and the tainting of this precious land. And I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. I wonder, will she let us live and try to make amends? I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. I wonder, will she take us out and start over again? I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. Now the climate's getting warmer and the seas are rising ever higher. Each year storms are fiercer, floods are wider, droughts are even drier. Glaciers are receding, forests raised are blazing, land depleted, oceans turning toxic. We are in the midst of mass extinction. I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. We're altering the constants upon which all life depends. I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. Can we save her from this fever? Can we balance her again? I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. We are more than foolish mortals, plagued by ignorance and arrogance, yet we're dancing with destruction. What can wake us from our deadly trance? In each moment rests the power to connect with love or dwell in fear. Can our passion for creation lure us out to see the beauty here? And I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. Will we heed the death through soon enough to change these awful trends? I wonder how it ends. I wonder how it ends. Can we save us from our madness? Can we honor her again? I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder, I wonder. The clouds are purple puffs with orange streaks in deepening azure skies, and the breezes cool caressing, sweetly blessing on this full moon rise. I am splashing through the breakers, pink and aqua, golden crashing foam. You are laughing, you are playing.
The song you previously heard, I Wonder, asks us to face some really bleak possibilities, even the uncertainty of whether we or our planet will survive. For me, it's pretty hard to imagine how we can overcome all the challenges the world is facing and get to a better place. So, I have a story that might help us imagine some more hopeful possibilities. It's the story of how a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. Now, I'm sure that you know the basics of that story. The tiny caterpillar hatches out of an egg, then eats lots and lots of leaves and grows bigger and bigger, and then forms a cocoon or chrysalis around itself. Then, after a while, a butterfly emerges. But do you know what happens inside that chrysalis? Does the caterpillar change incrementally, kind of like a tadpole that grows legs and absorbs its tail as it turns into a frog? No. The caterpillar goes through a process of complete transformation. Its body totally dissolves into a sort of goo. And that goo contains something really remarkable, something called imaginal cells that somehow contain the blueprint to create a butterfly from the goo. The imaginal cells know how to organize the substances in the goo into something completely new. A creature emerges that looks completely different and has the capability of doing things and going places that are unimaginable to the caterpillar. So how does that apply to what we're going through right now? I'm guessing that you have some idea of that. We human beings are cocooning like caterpillars, and we may feel that our lives, even our society are dissolving. In the midst of all that, we have the opportunity to reimagine ourselves as something fundamentally different from what we've been before, something that so far we haven't been able to imagine. So what can you imagine for yourself, for your loved ones, for your community, for the world? To help you out with that, we'll be sharing quite a few hopeful and inspiring ideas during the rest of this service. And you'll have a chance to collect those imaginal cells into a particular type of butterfly that you choose to become, to create. Yes, we are dancing with destruction, as the song says. But if we can get past the fear of that, welcome the dance, be willing to let go of what's ready to pass, and become aware of our imaginal selves, then we can emerge as something we've never been before, something unimaginable to our former selves with amazing capabilities. And we just might be able to transform the world into something more beautiful than we've ever seen before.
Light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
What is this little light of mine? What can one person do? Sojourner Truth was the first black woman to sue a white man in a U.S. court and win. Mahatma Gandhi used nonviolence to free the Indian nation from colonial rule and changed the nature of protest forever. Rosa Parks chose an illegal seat on a bus and started the civil rights movement. Dr. Wangari Maathai started the Greenbelt movement that has planted 51 million trees. Greta Thunberg skipped school to protest global warming and started a youth climate uprising. Lin-Manuel Miranda in Hamilton retold our founding narrative to include people of color. 2 congressional staffers wrote a pamphlet on creating change and started Indivisible. Some people teach, some research, some write, some heal, some feed, some build, some sing, some create. Everybody has a gift to bring to the world. Your light may never be written in history books, but it changes something for someone, and it matters. Mother Teresa said, "We can do no great things, only small things with great love." What is your small thing today?
Now is the time for change. Now we must rearrange all that has held us here, paralyzed by our fear. Now we are stepping free, learning to simply be, dancing with hearts on wing, honoring everything. This is my deepest longing, this is my heart's desire, this is my sweetest singing, this is my soul on fire, this is my softest thrill, this is my spirit's will, this is my purest song. I've known it all along. This is my deepest longing. This is my heart's desire. This is my sweetest singing. This is my soul on fire. More than a revolution, we seek our evolution. When hunger and war are done, then we will have begun being all we can be, dancing our spirits free, living in synergy, one with divinity. This is my deepest longing, this is my heart's desire, this is my sweetest singing, this is my soul on fire, this is my softest thrill, this is my spirit's will, this is my purest song. I've known it all along. This is my softest thrill, this is my spirit's will, this is my purest song. We've known it all along. Tell us your deepest longing, tell us your heart's desire, sing us your sweetest singing, show us your soul on fire. What is your softest thrill? What is your spirit's will? What is your purest song? How can we sing along? Tell us your deepest softest thrill. Tell us your heart's desire. Sing us your sweetest singing. We've known you all along. We've known you. We've known you. We've known you all along.
Philosopher and author Charles Eisenstein talks about the stories that our current social systems are based on. For at least the last 10,000 years, our entire social order has been based on a false story of separation, which says that we are all unconnected beings, separate from each other, also from animals, forests, oceans, and the earth herself. The good news, Eisenstein says, is that the false story is coming to an end. It is already being replaced by the story of interbeing and a revolution of love. It is being replaced by the burgeoning study of what is known as morphic resonance, that a field of living energy surrounds and connects all that is. Because of this field, as one individual makes a change or a shift, it is instantly available to all other individuals. Each of us has unlimited power to affect unlimited change, like Rosa Parks did, like Greta Thunberg is doing. Our own creativity and inspiration, our own heart's desire is the informational goo of what comes next. Does the caterpillar have to figure out how to make the butterfly? No, it doesn't. In fact, it couldn't possibly. It just releases into its imaginal self. So let's spend a few minutes connecting with our own imaginal self, which theoretically connects us with the imaginal selves of everyone else. To enable this connection fully, let's first begin by dissolving the illusion of separation in an ocean of forgiveness. First, we forgive ourselves for all the ways we think we have come up short or have missed the mark. What personal shame or blame is arising that's ready to be released in this moment? Now we open a space of forgiveness for others, and we invite others into our awareness. Who comes to receive our gift of forgiveness? And now we listen to our heart. What can I transform into? What can the world transform into? What is it that I want to birth? Poets have been asking these questions for millennia, and a recent poet asks in a particularly compelling way. The Summer Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is glancing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Here on this beautiful day, we are gathered to say, we will work, we will play, we will dance, we will pray for the healing of this wondrous and enchanting planet. From the recklessness, the carelessness, the damage from our fearful and foolish relationship to our Creator, Sustainer, forgive us. We're starting to live so that all of life has space to thrive and be respected. If we would survive, we have to learn we're all connected. So we begin from the heart and fun, and we find that it's fun to be part of something bigger than we know we can achieve. And we're stepping out to heal the earth. We're choosing to believe in the beauty around us and in us. We see our community blossoming, healing us so. We let beauty lead the way to a bright and balanced day, when the earth and all our kin and ourselves are wholly here on this beautiful day. We are gathered to say, we will work, we will work, we will play, we will dance, we will pray, for the healing of this wondrous and enchanting planet, from the recklessness, the carelessness, the damage from our fearful and foolish relationship to our Creator, Sustainer. Forgive us. We're starting to live so that all of life has space to thrive and be respected. If we would survive, we have to learn. We're all connected, so we begin from the heart, and we choose just one part of the work to be done, and we find that it's fun to be part of something bigger than we know we can achieve. When we're stepping out to heal the earth, we're choosing to believe in the beauty around us and in us. We see our community blossoming, healing us. So when beauty lead the way to a bright and balanced day, when the earth and all our kin and ourselves are whole again.
So where do we go from here? It seems to me we have everything we need except a clear destination. We are so used to dragging the past with us into the future that we have a hard time envisioning where we truly want to go. We have habits of thought which reside not just in our individual subconscious, but also, according to Carl Jung, in our collective unconscious. Anyone who has tried to break a bad habit knows that our subconscious minds and the habits they control have a lot more power over our actions than our conscious mind would like to admit. And the subconscious does not understand negatives. If you say, "Don't think of an elephant," it pictures an elephant. That's why when people use hypnosis to overcome smoking, they are not told not to smoke, but to enjoy breathing fresh, clean air and to take a deep breath when they need a break. We are consciously against war and racism and exploitation, but our collective unconscious doesn't understand against. It just gets that those things exist. Our subconscious minds also cannot tell the difference between reality and imagination. So I want to suggest a practice to change our individual and collective unconscious. For a moment, I invite you to close your eyes and imagine that everyone everywhere has clean air and water, plenty of delicious, healthy food to eat, beautiful, pleasant, safe homes in beautiful, pleasant, safe neighborhoods set in healthy environments. Imagine everyone with satisfying and challenging work, family and friends who adore them, and plenty of outlets for their creative, physical, intellectual, and spiritual endeavors. What else do we really need? None of this is impossible or even particularly difficult. It's certainly not as tricky as going to Mars or building nuclear weapons, and it's probably a whole lot cheaper, too. It is simply a matter of choice. Now put yourself in that future and look at today as the Dark Ages. What a relief to be out of there, eh? Imagine how you feel each day waking up knowing that all over the world people are well taken care of. Imagine all humans living in balance with the natural world. Imagine enough for everyone and the amazing flowering of human potential. How do you feel? How do you hold yourself? What do you do differently? What do you think about? What memories of utopia are you creating now? Let's marry our images of our ideal world to the feelings of peace and joy we feel when we're there. Then let's hold these feelings, thoughts, and memories in our bodies and carry them into the next action we take in creating that future together.
We join here in community, each of us an individual, but joining together so that we might take action, so that we might encourage each other, so that we might make a difference. We do this with our time, we do this with our talent, and we certainly do this also with our treasure. As we listen to the offertory, I invite you to consider what it is that you give, that you bring as a gift, and what you bring as an offering to others for this community. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Together we grow our own lives, we develop our own lives, but we also develop our community's life so that the world might continue to grow and develop as well. At this time, let's listen to the offertory. You're welcome to give online if that's something you would like to do.
Good morning. I'm Linda Hamburger, co-chair with Denise Frizzell of the Earth Justice Action Group. We want to take this time to announce our upcoming programs for adults. Because of the surge in the pandemic, we're scheduling our fall programs virtually on Zoom. Our film series will resume this fall with the theme, The Human Species and the Web of Life. We'll be showing 3 films. First, David Attenborough, A Life on Our Planet. Then, Fantastic Fungi and My Octopus Teacher. We'll be showing these films on 3rd Sundays, September 19th, October 17th, and November 21st, beginning at 2 p.m. Each will be followed by a Zoom discussion. All 3 films are available on Netflix, so if you wish, watch them in advance and join us for the discussion. Also, Our Earth Justice Reading Group will return with the book Waste by Catherine Coleman Flowers, subtitled One Woman's Fight Against America's Dirty Secret. Flowers, a winner of the MacArthur Genius Award, tells the story of her fight for effective sewage in poor rural communities, especially her home community of Lowndes County, Alabama. We'll offer 2 discussion groups, one midday on Thursday, one on Saturday afternoon. Each group will meet twice in late September and early to mid-October. Watch the ERUUF website and newsletter for sign-up opportunities for both the film series and the reading group.
This is a poem by E. Cummings. I thank you, God, for most this amazing day, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees and a blue true dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is yes. I who have died am alive again today, and this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and of wings and of the gay, great, happening, illimitably earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any lifted from the no of all nothing, human merely being, doubt unimaginable you? Now the ears of my ears awake, and now the eyes of my eyes are open.
Remember the way of the wind and breathe and blow. Remember the way of the fire and sparkle and glitter and glow. Remember the way of the water and ebb and flow. Remember the way of the earth and grow. Remember the way of the wind and breathe and blow. Remember the way of the fire and sparkle and glitter and glow. Remember the way of the water and ebb and flow. Remember the way of the earth and grow. Remember. 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 Remember.